Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Put a Ring on It. This is season 1, episode 3, and it was titled Letting Go. Alright, before we get into this video, just a few things. One, the main thing is we have a 46th president, Joe Biden, and VP Miss Kamala Harris. Yes. We did it, y'all. We did it, y'all. You see my shirt, right? So if you wanted to purchase this shirt, you can check it out on my website. Will be in the description box down below, and it will say my website for all merch. Also, second thing, let me tell y'all how I be slow sometimes, y'all. Okay, so don't make fun of me. But on the first video for Put a Ring on It, Ashley and Hollywood had commented on my video, but I didn't even realize it was them. Of course, I like everybody's video and read, everybody's comments and give them a little heart. Sometimes I comment back. But I look back at it and I was like, because somebody had replied or commented on the video, and I look back, I was like, wait a minute. That's Ashley and Hollywood. So Ashley and Hollywood from the show actually commented on my video. So I thought that was really cute. And thank y'all for checking out my review. And I'm glad y'all liked it. And then on last week's video, the girl that Hollywood went on a date with, oh my goodness, Valencia. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. She commented down there because we wanted to know, or somebody had asked, was it Sex and Heights? I think she asked, well, I shouldn't say she, because I don't know if it's a female or male, but, she had asked, what Hollywood's first name was, and child, I ain't know. But she said it was Al. So Hollywood's first name is Al, but I'm going to still call him Hollywood because that's what he goes by on the show. And then she also dropped the little T. I said, She said that the dates are an hour and a half. The people who are going out on the dates with the couples, they do know that they are married and in a relationship. Because I didn't know that, and I was questioning that in the last video. But they do know that the person they're going with is already in a relationship and what the show is about. So I thought that was really interesting. And then she also said that Hollywood did want a second date because he said so on the date with her. So I was like, that's interesting too. Maybe he didn't want to hurt Ashley. That's why he said he didn't want a second date. But I really hope he wasn't doing those stunts and shows on the show and, in that circle and then saying he didn't want to date when really he did tell her that he wanted to date. I wasn't there, so I don't know. This is what the girl who said she went on a date with him said. So I thought that was real interesting. But yeah, I had wanted to just get that tea out there. But I am loving that. The people who are on the show is liking and commenting on my reviews. I love that because it's just a little on me. So that just gives me all the feels. But anyway, y'all, let's jump into this video or this recap review because this episode was good. I like all the other episodes too because it's a different experience and a different. I don't think we've seen any type of experiment on TV quite like this one. So it's different and it's interesting to see how it will play out. As we know, Lord, y'all know I'm bad with names. I'm trying to get it. Mimi and Ulysses, they are no longer on the show. So the people who are taking their spot is Tamika and Vince. So we met them today. Tamika and Vince, they've been in a relationship for 2.5 years. Child, when Dr. Nicole was like, well, tell us your story, she was like, whew, child, it's been a journey. I was like, ooh. So she said they met, he invited her over. I guess they was talking at some point in time, and he invited her over for dinner and stuff, and he made her some crab legs, child, and she never left. So she fell in love with the food. She fell in love with the person. He is ready for marriage. She, on the other hand, is not. And we see why, because in the past, they were dating or whatever, and he was talking to some other chick. And while he was talking to the other girl, he was still dating the other girl, and Tamika. But he was telling Tamika that it was just her. She was on his mind. He was focused on her. He wasn't dating nobody else. But the girl DM'd her and was like, yo, like, why you talking to my man? Like, what's going on? And she was like, well, we just dating, so it ain't nothing, big deal about it. So 2 to 3 months later, the girl hit her up again and was like, yo, like, why is you still in the picture? Like, it's me and him. Like, what's going on? And that's what she was just like, yo, is you talking to this girl? He like, no, I don't know what you talking about. She at first he was lying, saying it was like a photographer, or because he's a photographer, so he was lying, saying like she was just a client and she crazy and all this other stuff. Child, I was just like, that don't make no sense. Like, why would you lie about, if you just dating and you not serious in no relationship or nothing like that? Why would you just tell her like, yo, I'm still talking to other people, so until I feel like I'm ready to settle down with you and stuff like that? But no, he didn't do that. So now she has trust issues. And he is still not taking responsibility for doing that or anything like that. He still feel like he ain't do nothing wrong. So Dr. Nicole was basically like, we got a lot to work on with y'all, and especially you, okay? Of course, she told him what the experiment was about. And then Tamika was saying like she's nervous because Vince is very likable, and she's nervous that he'll fall for somebody, or the girl will fall for him, and yada, yada, yada. But she feels as though they'll come out stronger in a relationship. And then Dr. Nicole tells them all again that they're going out on dates. And Hollywood was excited about his dates. And Ashley was like, you real excited over there. And then he was like, I mean, I'm excited about both our dates and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited about my dates. And she was just like, And why he wink at us? I said, Hollywood a hot mess. And then Dr. Nicole, before they all left, she wants them to look within themselves and see where they have changed. Because when you get in a relationship, sometimes you can change and you don't even realize that you are changing because of that person. So Tamika was saying like she's more controlling in a relationship than she was previously or whatever. So Dr. Nicole wants them to be fully authentic and to basically reclaim themselves. We'll start with Ashley and Hollywood. What was going on, child? Oh, so they were in the car. I was like, what? They was in the car and they were having a conversation. And he was saying like, the conversation was real like intense. It was real hot and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, you know what you do. You know what you be saying to trigger me and stuff. And then in her interview, she was saying like how his words affect her and how he does not understand how his words really affect, like make her feel, basically, because he keeps, every time she'll explain something or share her feelings and stuff, he want to pop off with, well, I'm about that life and I can go on to somebody else, I can find somebody else, and yada yada yada, versus just listening to what she got to say. Like, yeah, you can move on and leave and stuff, but that's not what we here for. Like, we here to build and repair our relationship and stuff. So she was basically telling him that he was saying like he's had to wait longer for, I guess, after the he called off the wedding. He was saying like she's making him wait a long time to ask, or not ask him, for him to say it's okay to propose and get married and all this other stuff. She was like, you a whole lot, because I had to wait about 7 years. It was 5 years before you asked me to marry you. Then it was 2 years after you broke off the engagement and stuff. And so she like, I only gave you 2 years, basically. And he like, well, look, I'm just saying. And then I think he even said again that he don't have some time to wait or something. But then he did say, look, I'm not trying to rush you or anything like that. I'm basically just going to say, look, you tell me when you're ready to get married, and then we move on from there. And she was like, all right, whatever, I'm about it. I'm about that life or whatever. And she basically wants to see consistency. That's what she wants to see from him. Consistency and him not threatening to leave every time something go wrong. Like, don't nobody want that. Don't nobody feel like dealing with that shit. The date. So the girls, let me make sure. Yeah, all the girls went on a date this episode. Next week, the guys will be going on a date. Because remember, this week, both couples are going on a date at the same time or whatever. Versus just 1 week it's the girls and then the other week it's the guys. Even though this is how it kind of played out, but it's only an hour show, so they couldn't fit it both in at one time. So um the date. So Ashley is going out with this guy named Andre. He was cute. He was an artist, so he was like in his studio and they were going to paint a picture and stuff like that. He says he looks for girls that are spontaneous, fun, and outgoing. And she says she needs someone that's stable or whatever to follow and stuff like that. They both flirting heavy with each other. It looked like they had some good chemistry. It looked like they was having a good time. He was, what was he saying, child? Oh, she was saying like she need a gentleman and she need like a touchy feely man. Cause he was like, oh, okay, I fit all that or whatever. Like, give me your hand. Let me give you a little hand massage. So he must have massaged that right hand good. Cause then she was like, well, I got another hand. So then he was like, well, you know, I give you your shoulders a massage too. She was like, look, don't be threatening me with no good time. And he was like, well, that's what I do. Okay, I give you a good time. So that was cute. He says he was in a relationship and it lasted 2 years, but they broke up a year ago, whatever. And he's just basically looking for somebody stable too, who is not about games and yada yada yada. He enjoyed the date, she enjoyed the date. They both had a good time. After the date, the girls kind of met up and they were just meeting up. And basically Ashley and Shea was giving Tamika advice about what was going on. Ashley was basically like, look, watch out for Dr. Nicole because she will make you pull them rugs back and look at stuff that y'all try to brush under there. And she will make y'all talk about them and stuff. And Shea was saying like her and Michael are basically having deeper conversations because of this experience, which is good because I don't think they were really having any deep conversations. I think they were just doing stuff on the surface and trying not to hurt each other's feelings and all this other stuff. Or maybe Shea was, dominating a little bit more than what she probably intended to or whatever. And then that's when Tamika told them about the whole incident, what happened with Vince and the old chick that he said he wasn't dating. But then we find out more information at the meetup that it was some other chicks that he was doing this to too. So that whole incident wasn't the only one. And the incident with the girl too is he was so much not in a relationship with this girl. He met up with the family and spent time with the family and the girl. And he is till this day is still lying about it. And the girl got evidence, itinerary, the flight number, pictures of him with the family saying cheese. Shit, she probably got pictures with him with the pilot, the luggage tag. She probably got all this stuff. And he's still lying. He said, look, that was not me. Okay, he is shaggy out this bitch. She said it wasn't me. So we found that more of that out at the meetup that the girls had or whatever. But they were basically just chatting about what was going on with the show and stuff like that. Still with Hollywood and Ashley. Dr. Nicole came to visit them, and Ashley wants to go deeper in her relationship with Hollywood, but she is scared to go that route because of how Hollywood reacts every time she goes deeper or try to have this conversation. He threatens to leave. He gets in his bag and stuff like that. And Dr. Nicole was basically like, look, at the meetups, y'all be having a lot of angst and some tension there or whatever. And Hollywood was saying like their relationship is real fire. It's like off the chain and stuff like that. But it's a lot going on or whatever. And he was saying like, what did he know? Because Dr. Nicole asked, well, why did you propose to her the first time? And he was like, I loved her, or I love her. And she was like, well, yeah, but like right at that time, why did you propose? And he was like, well, she was putting a lot of pressure on me. So basically, I didn't want to lose her. So I asked her to marry me. And I said, see, right there, you shouldn't even have did that because you wasn't even ready. And then he was saying like he didn't want to lose her and stuff, but then he called it off. So she was like, well, why did you call it off? He was like, because I just stopped caring. I didn't care anymore, whatever. And so Dr. Nicole was like, well, you need to own what you did. Like, you created this attention. You created this monster and stuff because you wanted to push her away. You wanted to ask her to marry you because you didn't want to lose her. Then you wanted to push her away because you stopped caring about the relationship. Now you need to own what you did. He was like, I own it. And Ashley was like, no, you don't own it. You don't own it. Like, no, you don't. She was basically like, you don't understand how it hurt me. Like, you embarrassed me. And in a car ride, she had also said, like, I guess her father passed away. And she was saying, like, her father won't be there to walk her down the aisle. So that was a pivotal moment there, too, because her dad was there. He may have been sick. I don't know what was going on with the father. But if he's no longer here, and that was the opportunity that she had for her father to walk her down the aisle, like, yeah, so pile that on to the whole thing. Like, it's just a mess. And she said every time she sees the dress is tainted, she don't even want to wear the damn dress no more. So she was just like, I want somebody who can see me, love me, and for me not to have to keep having to prove myself to them all the time. And I was just like, girl. And Dr. Nicole was like, well, if you could go back and make a different decision, like, look, you want to call off the wedding, I'm out of here then, peace. Would you stay or leave or stuff? And she was just like, I don't even know. I'm unsure or whatever. So that was just like, She sounded like she want to get over the hurt that he caused, but she don't know how to heal from it. And they going to just, yeah, until they get like some one-on-one time with therapy together to kind of talk their issues out and work through their issues. I don't know. But I really like them two together. But I feel like Hollywood just need to get his head out his ass real quick and look at this girl and see the pain she is in and the distrust that she has built up based off of what he did. Because he just shouldn't have let her. He shouldn't have proposed. He should just let her make the decision if she wanted to leave or stay. And if she was really in love with him and really wanted to, work things out or give him time and stuff, then she probably would have stayed versus you asking her to marry her and then standing her up, pretty much, embarrassing her. And how did he even break it off? If she had walked down that aisle and he was just like, no, I'm good. Look, he lucky to still be alive. I wonder how he broke it off. Cause that's a mess. Tamika and Vince. So she was supposed to be doing some yoga. She basically playing with the cat child. He come in and they start talking and stuff. And he was saying like he liked Dr. Nicole because she looked like she gonna be about the business and get us together real quick. And she was happy that there was other couples there that, was going through the same thing. And she tells him that he needs to be more open and more honest and stuff. And she feels as though she has to always tiptoe around a question because it will hurt him versus just being more direct with the question. So she hopes that this experience will help him be able to take more direct questions and stuff like that. He's open to the process, even though he doesn't want to see her go out on dates, which is understandable. She's giving out rules. She like, look, no kissing, no this, no that. Look, you just sit there like a good little church boy. Yes, all right. That's she basically what I have to do. He says he can see himself interested in another woman, but he feels as though Tamika is his soulmate and stuff. So hopefully he'll be on his best behavior, child. I'm worried about them. Because I'm worried about Vince. Because he does not seem trustworthy. She goes on a date with this guy named Everson. I wasn't really feeling him. He was just too much for me. He was just too much. He said he's looking for a woman that is strong, smart, funny, and doesn't need him, but wants him, or whatever. And he said he's a big flirt by nature and stuff like that. So he was just coming in the door. He was all sweaty. He said it was hot outside. She was just like, okay. She thought he was cute, but she thought that he was on like 1,000 from the gate and stuff like that. And he was. He said he doesn't drink. She said she was just drinking because she was a little nervous and stuff. He gave out some little corny jokes saying that he wanted to have his stockpile of dad jokes ready because he wants to have children. And she said she wanted to have 5 kids one day. And he was like, "Damn, what you trying to build basketball team?" And so she was like, "I mean, I just liked a lot of kids and stuff." So they was chatting. She said the date didn't suck, but she really wasn't all that interested in it because she was too worried about what Vince was going to do and stuff like that. And also, what's his name? I just said that man name. Peyton. Was it Peyton? No, not Peyton. Peyton was the other guy. Everson had brought her a plant or whatever. So whatever. She back at the house. She's talking about her date. She was telling him like she was too focused on him to kind of really enjoy it, but she really didn't say it all that because she like cut herself off because she didn't want to let him know, like she was too busy focused on him. He was worried that she could fall for somebody else. She's worried about the same thing. They was talking and then somebody knocked on the door. So she like, that better not be your date at the door. So I'm like, girl, calm down. You already know he's going on a date. So the girl, he opens up the door. The girl, she was cute or whatever. I don't think, or Jazzy. Jazzy was her name. She was cute. And Tamika, because the girl was like, well, do I come in? You want me to come in, have a seat or whatever? Tamika was like, ain't no seats. Y'all can go ahead and leave. Because Jazzy came in nice, like, oh, how you doing? She was like, I'm the girlfriend. She was like, oh, hi, girlfriend, how you doing? And so she was like, so I sit down and stuff like that, sit down, have a seat. And she, no, ain't no sitting down. Y'all can go ahead and go. And he was like, oh, okay, all right, come on, let's go. She was like, all right, that's okay. He gonna be fine. So then she goes, Jazzy leaves out. He goes to let her out or whatever, follow behind her. Here goes Tamika. I think it's funny how, and she was like, never mind. Y'all go ahead, enjoy your day. He was like, okay, because he went over there trying to give her a kiss. He goes and leaves out. She sits there and starts bawling because she says she is real insecure right now. She has heavy trust issues and she's inside her head, so she doesn't know what's going to happen. So she was just like bawling over there on that couch. And I was like, oh my goodness. And that's how it kind of ended. But we're going to keep going because I let y'all know about Shea and Michael. So Shea and Michael, they was eating dinner and stuff. And, let me go back to Tamika. I think Tamika is going to have a hard time with this experiment, especially since Vince is not very honest. So I really feel like she's going to have a very hard time with this experiment unless she gets out of her head and stops thinking about him and just enjoys herself and really follows the process and stuff like that and stop worrying about what he's going to do. If he's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. Ain't nothing you can really stop him from doing. So I really hope that she gets out her head and enjoys what's going on. If not, then yeah. Shea and Michael, so we see them, they're eating dinner with wine, they're cheering to date night and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, okay, good, because I thought you was going to cheer to getting married or something like that. She was like, oh no. And then in her interview, she was basically like, look, I'm not going to be, I want somebody that's going to propose to me by the end of this year. And if you don't propose to me by the end of this year, then I don't think I'm going to be in this relationship. And I was like, ooh. She was like, she could find somebody else. And then somehow they came up and she was like, well, no, because he said he doesn't want to keep talking about the same thing next year or whatever. And she was like, well, I hope I won't be talking about the same thing next year because I will be engaged and married. He was like, well, you ain't finna be engaged or married to nobody without me being here. I said, She was like, okay, that's real telling. That's real telling. So basically he's saying, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me. You ain't gonna be with nobody other than me. So I don't even understand why you making all these threats and stuff. I said, girl, you better run. So she goes, because he says he feels like he's under pressure. And she was like, well, I just want you to meet me in the middle. He was like, what's the middle? She was like, engaged. I said, girl, that's not going to happen, but whatever. She went on a date with Peyton and he says he enjoys a person's energy in their body or whatever. I was just like, okay. They at the bowling alley. She thinks he's cute. And she says she's going to open herself up for possibilities. It looked like it was a really cute date. She looked like she let her guard down. She looked like she wasn't thinking about Michael. She was just enjoying the moment. And she did say after she finished worrying about him, that she is enjoying herself and she can see the possibilities and stuff like that. And she enjoyed their her chemistry with Peyton and stuff. And what else did she say? I think that was all that she really said. But oh yeah, she said that she was at first she was flirting with Peyton to kind of make Mike jealous, but then she let her guard down. So I thought that was really good. And now, like I said, they look like they really had a good time. It looked like it was a really good date. It was really cute. I like their energy together, but I'm sure she's not gonna say she's gonna go on a second date with him because she is like pressed to be with Mike, and Mike is not pressed to be with her. Okay. That was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. If y'all like this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Again, if you would like to purchase this shirt, let me get it all in the picture. This shirt or sweatshirt, and I also have mugs, black color changing mugs and regular white 11-ounce mugs on my website. I'll put the website down there in the description box below. So you can go in the description box below and then just click on it. It should be a hyperlink. If it's not, just copy and paste it into your web browser. Go right to my website, click it, and it will be added to your cart. And you can purchase this to remember this day and this moment and just rock it for the next 4 years. Hey. But anyway, y'all, if y'all are watching this recap review but you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.